Do clogged arteries really come from cholesterol? For decades, most people have believed that high cholesterol is the main cause of heart disease. But is this really true? If cholesterol is truly the culprit, then why do some people with high cholesterol have perfectly clear arteries? And on the other hand, why do some people with normal cholesterol levels still suffer heart attacks? We need to take a closer look at a lesser-known factor, a special type of water in our bodies, known as structured water. This could be the real key to protecting arteries and preventing heart disease. Over 100 years ago, heart disease was extremely rare. Back then, people weren't obsessed with cholesterol, they didn't have cholesterol-lowering drugs like statins, yet heart disease was not as common as it is today. Now, despite all the advancements in medicine and the widespread use of cholesterol-lowering medications, heart disease has skyrocketed and remains the leading cause of death. So, what has changed? The human body doesn't just contain water in its three familiar states, liquid, solid, and gas, but also a fourth phase, a special gel-like water called structured water, or exclusion zone, EZ, water. This is a revolutionary discovery in biology, yet very few people talk about it. This structured water plays a crucial role in protecting the arteries. It creates a natural barrier, preventing larger components in the blood, such as red blood cells, proteins, and cholesterol, from coming into direct contact with artery walls. When this structured water layer is stable and abundant, it shields the arteries from plaque buildup. But if this protective layer weakens or disappears, the arteries become vulnerable to damage, leading to inflammation, plaque formation, and ultimately, blockages. So why does this structured water deteriorate in our bodies? There are three main factors. First, a lack of infrared light. The human body is designed to absorb infrared light, particularly from natural sunlight, to maintain and regenerate structured water in cells, including those lining the arteries. Infrared light, which falls within the longer wavelength spectrum of sunlight, penetrates deep into tissues, energizing water molecules and helping them organize into a structured, gel-like state. This structured water creates a natural protective barrier in blood vessels, preventing direct contact between artery walls and potentially harmful substances in the blood, such as oxidized cholesterol and inflammatory proteins. However, modern lifestyles have drastically reduced our exposure to natural infrared light. We spend most of our time indoors, under artificial lighting that lacks the full spectrum of sunlight, particularly the beneficial infrared wavelengths. Glass windows, sunscreen, and even certain types of clothing can block these wavelengths, further limiting exposure. The rise of screen time and blue light exposure at night also disrupts the body's circadian rhythms, which in turn can affect cellular hydration and the body's ability to maintain structured water. As a result, without sufficient infrared light, the structured water layer weakens, leaving artery walls vulnerable to oxidative stress, inflammation, and plaque buildup. Second, today's diet is loaded with processed foods, industrial vegetable oils, and refined sugars, ingredients that were virtually non-existent in the diets of our ancestors. These modern dietary staples promote chronic inflammation, a key factor in the disruption of structured water. Inflammation generates free radicals, which damage endothelial cells, the inner lining of blood vessels, making it harder for the body to maintain the gel-like layer of structured water that protects arteries. Additionally, refined sugars and high glycemic carbohydrates contribute to glycation, where sugar molecules attach to proteins and fats, leading to the formation of harmful advanced glycation end products, AGEs. These AGEs stiffen artery walls, accelerate aging, and further destabilize the structured water layer. Industrial vegetable oils, often marketed as heart-healthy, are another hidden culprit. These oils, including soybean, corn, and canola oil, are high in omega-6 fatty acids, which can become pro-inflammatory when consumed in excess. Over time, chronic inflammation from these oils not only weakens artery walls but also depletes the body's ability to regenerate structured water. Conversely, a diet rich in whole, unprocessed foods, especially those containing polyphenols, antioxidants, and healthy fats, can help rebuild and stabilize structured water in the arteries. Leafy greens, berries, extra virgin olive oil, wild-caught fish, and grass-fed animal products all provide essential nutrients that support cellular hydration, reduce oxidative stress, and promote a healthy vascular system. Third, metabolic disorders like insulin resistance, diabetes, and other metabolic syndromes are among the most damaging factors when it comes to arterial health and structured water stability. Insulin resistance, a condition where cells become less responsive to insulin, leading to chronically elevated blood sugar, creates a cascade of problems. High blood sugar damages the delicate endothelial cells lining the arteries, triggering an inflammatory response. Over time, this leads to thickening of the arterial walls, decreased nitric oxide production, which is crucial for blood vessel dilation, and an increased risk of plaque formation.
Beyond its direct damage to artery walls, insulin resistance also interferes with the body's ability to generate and maintain structured water. Cells require an optimal energy balance to support the formation of structured water, and metabolic dysfunction disrupts this balance. When cells are overloaded with excess glucose and unable to efficiently use energy, they become dehydrated at a cellular level. This dehydration further weakens the structured water barrier in arteries, leaving them even more susceptible to damage and plaque accumulation. The vicious cycle continues. As structured water depletes, artery walls become more fragile, leading to microinjuries. The body attempts to repair these injuries by sending cholesterol and immune cells to the damaged areas, forming plaque deposits. Over time, if structured water is not replenished, these plaques continue to grow, increasing the risk of heart attacks and strokes. By understanding these three major factors, lack of infrared light, poor diet, and metabolic disorders, we can shift our focus from simply managing cholesterol to actively restoring the body's natural ability to protect its arteries. Solutions are within reach: increasing sun exposure, reducing processed foods, consuming polyphenol-rich nutrients, and improving metabolic health through exercise and proper hydration. These steps don't just lower cholesterol, they strengthen the body's own defense mechanisms, ensuring long-term heart health at a deeper, cellular level. So, heart disease is not just about cholesterol. It's actually tied to energy balance and how the body maintains internal stability. If the body lacks the energy to form structured water in the arteries, the arterial walls become more fragile, plaque forms more easily, and the risk of heart attacks increases. What does this mean? It means that instead of solely focusing on lowering cholesterol, we need to look at ways to help the body maintain and regenerate structured water. Getting more sunlight, reducing processed foods, consuming polyphenol-rich foods, like leafy greens, berries, and green tea, and exercising regularly, all of these can help sustain the body's natural artery protection. So, what do you think? Have we been misled about the real cause